Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. Oh man, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, do so now. It's right down there and slam that bell out the park, man. Get you a grand slam, man, because we got lot of great things going on. Ah, man, I'm excited to be here tonight and hang out with you guys, man. Oh gosh, man, I had a writer write in, and I've been trying to answer a lot of questions this week. People have been writing in asking about microphones, about all kind of studio gear, man. And I appreciate all you guys joining in and hanging out with me and asking some great questions. All of you have had some great questions lately, and I appreciate each and every one of you, man. And as you know, I always get back to you. Yeah. So I had a writer write in and was asking about studio monitors. Wow, which ones are best? The Adams or the Presonus? And this is something you guys do not want to clown around about, man. It's no joke when it comes to your studio monitors, man. Oh my gosh. You don't want to be slacking on your studio monitors, and it is the most important thing other than your ears and how they translate in your room. So I want to answer your question. So the question tonight was Audio Master. I've been watching your videos for some time and enjoy them all. What pair of monitors do you like the most between the PreSonus and the Adams? Thanks, Jamie Monroe. Okay, Jamie, man, that's a good question. And I want to tell you something, man. I have been listening to these two sets of monitors for probably about 5 months now since I've had them. I'll have to go back and look at the video on the unboxing to be specific what date they arrived. But, it was a cross between these two speakers. Excuse me. I have done some mixing on the PreSonus eights, and a friend of mine came down and we did a lot of recording and mixing in this very studio on the eights. And I told him, I said, man, if they got some fives that come out or whatever, I want to get those are going to be the first pair of speakers that I buy. And yes, they had the fives, I think. And then at that time, I was doing a bunch of reading on the Adams, and I've been wanting some of the Adams speakers for some time. And so I ended up buying both pair. Okay. And I've been listening to both pair for 5 months now, just listening, going back and forth and back and forth. So let me just tell you something. Okay. The PreSonus E5 XTs are the ones that I have. They're back behind me right there. You can kind of see them in there in the light. But they're going to run you about $300 for a pair. And they have their own power on each monitor. So that's really the way to go. If you can spend a little extra money, it's always better to go ahead and have each speaker have its own power rather than shooting on over to the other one and powered by one speaker. So that's just my experience with monitors. It's always better for each speaker to have its own power. So, I dumped out the 300 for them, man, and I got to tell you, man, it's a great speaker that's got great imaging on this PreSonuses. The imaging is just really, really nice. I noticed that right off the bat whenever I hooked them up, the PreSonus. And also, they're going to, it'll push about 80 watts. So you're going to have plenty of power to push, especially like in a 12 by 12 room or 12 by 13 room. It's going to be plenty loud enough for you to do your mixes. And I wouldn't suggest mixing it that loud in a small room anyway. But it's solid protection against RF interferences and whatnot. So it's just a really sound, good monitor speaker. So I like the PreSonus. Okay. Now let's talk about the Adams a little bit. I'm sorry, you guys. I just got through eating down some a nice chicken sandwich and whatnot. And I got to clear my throat. But the Atom T5Bs, okay, they're going to run you about 400, so they're going to run you $100 more than the PreSonus. Okay. Now, when you open those atoms up, it's a much larger physical size box than the PreSonus E5 XTs. and I noticed it just seemed like it was just more to the speaker itself than the PreSonus. Not saying they're better. I'm just saying it just felt like I was holding something worthy of $100 more. Okay, maybe I would even say 250 or $300 more. Okay, I don't know. So it gets even better. It does have a ribbon tweeter that the PreSonus do not have. And ribbon tweeters, if you've read about ribbon tweeters, they're easier on the ears. Okay, so you can go longer periods of time listening to those high frequencies without it giving you ear fatigue. Oh man, there's nothing worse than ear fatigue where you just start moving things around that shouldn't be there and just completely devastating your mix. So ear fatigue is a real thing. We're gonna do another subject on that, but it has those ribbon tweeters, man, and the extended highs. I think it's like 25 kilohertz. It's insane how high it goes. Those ribbon tweeters, and so the maximum SPL on those atoms are like 106 dB. It's insane. So you got plenty of power. Uh, I don't know, man. So I've listened to both for 5 months now, and I've really, really enjoyed the two of them. Here's where it gets interesting. I was able to do some really cool mixes with the two of them and was really close on other reference monitors in the truck, in the car, on my iPhone, on other devices, that my mix was really close as far as getting everything together. My phone never fails. It blows up whenever I get on here. And I guess you guys want to talk on my phone, which is cool. But I can't talk right now. I'm in a show, man. But yeah, everything is great, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, as soon as I end the show. But the PreSonus and the Atoms, they were just both two sets of monitors that I sought after for much time. Like I say, I did do some mixing on the eights of the PreSonus in this studio, and I fell in love with them. I just felt like for this size room that the eights were a little too big, and I knew that I wanted to downsize them and go to the fives instead of buying the eights on the PreSonus. But I will say this, okay? So this is just my opinion, but I really enjoy listening to the Atoms. The sound, I wouldn't even say they're colored. I wouldn't say it's a colored speaker or anything. They just they just sound better. The overall sound of the Atom speakers just sound better than the PreSonus X5. I mean, yeah, E5 XTs. Okay, they just sound better, and the listening experience. And you know how it is, you guys. You guys have some nice pair of speakers around the house, stereo speakers, and when you get them and you listen to them, that you sit back and listen to some of your favorite albums, going through a beautiful preamp and whatnot, maybe a tube preamp, and you can the experience that you have listening to those old albums through a nice tube preamp and whatnot, the stereo separation, the quality of the sound, how everything just sounds crystal clear, and it just sounds real warm and nice and inviting. That's the experience that I have when I listen to my Atoms compared to my PreSonus E5 XTs. Now, the E5 XTs didn't lie to me as far as getting my mix right, as far as having a nice balance with everything. And what I heard in the studio is what I heard on other reference speakers. Okay, that was the beautiful thing about it. But to be honest with you, Jamie, I really enjoy the listening experience of the Atom speakers over the PreSonus. And you know what? It's been 5 months now, and I knew that I was gonna take my time before I even did another video on actually what speakers I enjoy the most, because I really want to, to give an honest opinion between the two. I've got both of them. There's no reason for me to get on here and say I like this one over this one if it's, if I feel differently. So, anyway, I'm glad you asked that question, Jamie. I'm glad you asked me, because it's about time that I made a decision on which ones I like the most. The listening experience, I do enjoy the Atoms over the Presonus, and that's just my honest opinion. And for $100 or more, I can't see you going wrong really with either of the two. So I'm going to put a link down there below, and if you guys want to check out all the specs on the two, you can. And you can make your own decision on as to which one perhaps that you want to buy in your studio, if you're looking for studio monitors. If you're looking, Jamie, I'm sure you're curious, or you wouldn't have asked the question which ones I enjoy the most or which ones I think's better. It's really kind of hard for me to say. Like I say, hang on, guys, I got to look at this real quick. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. But yes, definitely. You can't go wrong with either one. If you want to, if you're just starting out, the PreSonus are great for $300. That's going to get you in. You're going to get a nice set of reference monitors to use, near field monitors. I wouldn't say they're probably the size that you want to go with if your room is any bigger than a 12 by 13 or so. If your room is bigger than that and you're a much larger room, I would definitely buy the PreSonus 8s. Okay. It's going to have a little more to it, and it's going to fill the room a little better, and you're going to get a better idea of how your mix should sound. If now the T5Vs is plenty big enough for 12 by 12 or 12 by 13, and maybe even a little bigger. I haven't cranked them up too much. I've kind of been keeping them at a nice decibel while I've been doing my mixes, and can go long, long hours with just listening to my mix without a bunch of ear fatigue. Actually, kind of scooting back and listening to those atoms in different spots of the room, up close, like where I'm at right here, but turned around, back on the couch over there, listen to it on the couch, in the kitchen, in the room that's adjacent to me, listen to the mix in there, and then also out on the porch. So I like to move around within the house and look and listen how the music sounds in other rooms in the house. It's a great idea to see what's really coming across, what's prevalent and pushing the most in the mix. But I've been enjoying both of them, and so I love both of them, the PreSonus and the Atom T5Bs. For $100 more, man, I'm telling you, when you pull them out of the box compared to the PreSonus, it's like you feel like, oh wow, did I spend $100 more, and did I spend two, three, $400 more? I mean, they're bigger and they're heavier, and they're just, oh wow. But I will say something about the PreSonus. I like the aesthetics of it. Amazing, man. That the woofer has that Kevlar. It's like a blue Kevlar look to it. Oh, they're just absolutely gorgeous, man. That woofer on those PreSonus is just gorgeous. So it's not a bad speaker, y'all. I'm not knocking it at all. I mean, I wouldn't have it if it was. But since you asked, Jamie, I thought I would be honest about that and just tell you, look, man, for my listening experience and what just sounds just beautiful to my ears are the Atom speakers. And I'm sure there's a lot of technology that went into that as to why they sound as good as they sound, but they really do sound good, man, and you can't go wrong. So, we got a lot of great things going on, man. We got May coming up. A lot of great things are going to happen here in May, and I want to tell you. So I want to tell you about some of the great things that we got going on. I'm doing some interviews. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, you got to go to your Facebook page. You got to go to the little square that says groups, and you have to type in Audio Master. Audio Master. You type in Audio Master, you can find us there. Okay. Subscribe to the group. Okay. Because we're going to be putting out new content all the time. And the cool thing about this group, you guys, is we've got engineers coming in, producers coming in, musicians coming in from every level. It doesn't matter where you're at in the game. We got everybody coming in and joining and sharing their information and their knowledge on the page. And it's a beautiful thing, man. We're creating this beautiful hub for all of us to connect and to make friends and suggestions. And even, I don't know, man, there's just some great things going on. But I have some cool stuff that's coming up. I've got an interview with Rick Dana. He is a local legends area that I can't wait to get him on the show, and we're gonna be talking about all kind of stuff, how he started out and his love for music and everything. So it's great. You don't want to miss out on that. So we're gonna be doing a live show with Rick. We're also gonna be doing a live show with Steven. Steven is a major player in being a part of my YouTube channel and my Facebook group. He has some beautiful studio gear in his recording studio, everything from 2-inch tape to the old Yuri 1176s and so on. So I'm going to be doing an interview with him when he gets back from Florida on this little vacation. And can't wait to have Steven on the air. So you guys don't want to miss out, right? And then also, I have Tyler Cesaris. Tyler Cesaris is a great musician. I posted some of his music um, on the Facebook group page already. He is a guy that I mentored when he was like 18 or 19. And now he's just been killing it and just writing beautiful music. And it's such a neat thing to download what you know into somebody else, man, and just watch them just, hit the moon, man. And so, anyway, we're going to be doing an interview on Tyler, and all these great musicians and engineers are going to come in. It's just a beautiful thing. And hey, I want to show you something, man. You see this shirt right here? It says Audio Master, and then it has these 5 stars right here. You see those 5 stars? You guys are the stars, man. You guys are the stars, man. I'm just here for the ride. And I can't wait to see how this all comes together, where we can all come together, man, and pitch in our 2 cents and whatnot and make connections, man. Make connections with other people. And just, it's going to be so much fun, man. I can't wait. So you don't want to miss out. Join the Facebook group, subscribe to my YouTube channel, slam that bell, man. That way you're notified when I come on here and we can hang out, man. Perhaps I can even do some interviews on some of the stuff that you're doing in the studio. I'd love it, man. There's nothing better than just hearing other people's story. Okay, to be a good engineer, you have to be a great listener. Okay, some of the best engineers in the world are great listeners, and the journey is this is the secret. We never stop learning as long as we keep listening and sharing information. And so that's the beauty of this channel here, y'all, is to be able to do so. Also, I wanted to mention the Audio Master T-shirts. Okay, they're really, really hip. They're super, super cool. I love these shirts, man. They look great and they feel good. It's that tri-blend stuff, so that's stretchy. This is a large, but I'm gonna make another run. I've given all these out, but two, and one's going to Steven, and one is going to another friend of mine, a local friend of mine. So I got to make another run on these, but I'm thinking about instead of doing the black and white on this run, on the next run, is doing the black shirt with the neon yellow, and they look tricked out, man. The guy down there at the shop, at the t-shirt shop, because I went in, I wanted black and white. I was like, man, I was stuck on black and white. Black and white's traditional. Black and white is timeless. And I was like, man, I want a black and white. Got to have black. Well, before I walked out of there, he says, well, this is what it would look like in neon yellow and neon green. I was like, well, thanks a lot. So anyway, I was showing different friends of mine, and it came down to the black and white, the majority. And so I was like, that's what I went in there for. That's what I'm gonna get. But I had a big group that was liking the yellow ones, and then I had a big group that was liking the neon green ones. So, Shure Microphones has the neon green on a black shirt. And so I thought, well, that kind of ruled that out because I don't want to copy them as far as having the neon green color. So I'm thinking about the yellow, you guys. Just go ahead. I'll probably do like 20 or 25 shirts of the yellow, and then I'll do another 20 or 25 shirts of the white and go back to another set of these. But anyway, join the group, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. We do, and all of you are important. And look, all your questions are important. This is what I've been trying to do. Is I've been getting people writing in, like you, Jamie. I appreciate you writing in and asking me about my speaker. It's funny how other people can notice, depict things, the littlest things that you kind of overlook or forget about, but they kind of see. And so Jamie has been watching some of my older videos and listening to me talk about that. I don't know if you've seen the one on my opening because I did a box opening on my Atoms and my Presonus, so maybe that's the video you've seen. I'm not sure, but keep all your questions coming in, man. Keep them coming in because I'll get back to every one of y'all because y'all are all important, man. If it wasn't for y'all, this wouldn't be able. I wouldn't be able to do this. Okay, and and it is about y'all. Y'all are the stars, man. I'm just here for the ride again. And but I just want to be here to share information that I've picked up through the years, and also to hear your story and where y'all are at in the music business and what y'all are doing. Is it just the love of music, or when did you get into recording and tracking? Is it someone you're trying to produce, or you want to produce yourself? I mean, there's so many cool things, and I want to hear your story, man, because all of y'all are important to me. And keep it coming in, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. We do here at Audio Master R Trip Studios. And so, yeah, we got some great interviews coming up, and I can't wait. May's coming around. So I'm hoping by the 15th of May, I should have my other Audio Master t-shirts in. And if you want one, being that I'm getting, they're kind of expensive. They really are, y'all. And the more you have on the shirt, like I got two different things on the sleeves and then in front, the more they charge you for the printing. I don't know why, but they do. They charge you more the more you put on the shirt. And so, anyway, so what I was thinking about doing, because everybody needs an Audio Master shirt, they're just too cool, they're too comfortable. And if you like recording and mixing and mastering, why wouldn't you want one, man? Um, but I'm gonna have to see what this run costs, and I'll probably just do it to where whatever it costs me for you to have it. I don't want to make any money on it. I just want to be able to get it out there so that you can have one. Whatever it costs me for the shirt, I'm gonna break it down and then maybe have it to where you pay for the shipping or whatever, and whatever the cost of the shirt is. That way, I can sell them to you guys at cost. And then you can have one. And then if I am going to be doing probably 10 that are going to be a giveaway. So if you want to subscribe to the channel and type down there that you'd like to have an Audio Master t-shirt and the size that you have and your name, put your name in there, then I can put you in a hat and then we can do a drawing off of that and I can give 10 away and send them out to you at no charge. So that should be an incentive to subscribe to the channel and hang out with us and be a part of the team. But like I said, we appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate your question tonight, Jamie Monroe, just simply because it was a great question, and I've been contemplating over the two for some time as to what monitors I like because they sound completely different. They just sound different. The two set of between the Presonus and the Atoms is amazingly different. They don't even, I mean, nowhere even close. But I like them both, and I enjoy listening to the Atoms for longer periods of times. And I'm sure the tweeter has something to do with that, but just the clarity and just the warmth and everything about that speaker just sounds like you're listening to a nice set of speakers. And if you've ever heard the difference between a bad set, well, just speakers, and then a good set of speakers that sound great to your ears. It's noticeably different, and it's something that you can enjoy. I don't know. I don't know how long. I'm sure they're both going to last a lifetime because I'm not hard on my stuff, and I don't crank them. I don't even think they're probably broken in yet. I haven't even hit past halfway mark. You know, you always want to break in your stuff slowly because speakers do need to be broken in nicely. You don't want to get a new pair and crank it up as loud as it'll go the first week that you're listening to them. So keep that in mind whenever you get your reference monitors. You don't want to slam them the first week to see how loud they'll go. A nice break-in period. It seems like speakers used to read on the specs and everything, and there was a break-in period on that. I'm sure that's still um, should be used today. But I don't know, man. I like both, and I've been enjoying both. Keep your comments coming in; they're all important to me, as always. You guys are the real deal, and this is a great channel to be a part of, and also the Facebook group. So join the Facebook group, man. We want you in there, man. And I welcome each and every one of you. So whenever you join the Facebook group, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna give you a shout out, man, for everybody to welcome you in the group and start posting some stuff right away because we want to get everybody to know who you are and start communicating back and forth and create a relationship. That's what we want to do. We want to create a nice relationship to where if you need somebody, if you need their help, they can help. Even if you need to go in the recording studio, perhaps they could, dock some time for you to come in and maybe give you a little better rate. Who knows, man? But that's what this is all about: is bringing people together, connect, and so we can do some great things here on the Audio Master Show, as well as the Facebook group. So thank you guys for joining in. And maybe tomorrow night, I'm just waiting on Tyler to get in, and I'm waiting on Rick Dannon to give me a shout out as to when they're ready to do this interview. Maybe they might give me a shout tomorrow, and because I know Rick was saying something about the weekend, so maybe it's this weekend he's talking about. But I'm gonna let him reach out to me as to when he's ready. And when he's ready, man, I'm fired up to get Rick on here. You guys are gonna love Rick. He's awesome. He's a great guitar player and awesome singer, and just he's contributed a lot to this area. And I'm just so fortunate that I'm going to be able to that I've known Rick for many years. Okay, so that was kind of a cool thing that I've known him. He knew my dad when my dad was still around, and we connected like that, and then we've been friends ever since, man. And so anyway, I want to get Rick on here and do an interview with Rick, man. It's gonna be great. All of you guys are important. You guys are the stars. Thanks for joining in tonight. We will see you tomorrow night around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Let me hit it again, man. If I don't have anybody to interview, that's fine. Keep your questions coming in because it's certainly something that we can discuss and I can talk about and we can see what's up, right? So anyway, no clowning around when it comes to getting your studio monitors. No messing around, man. It's the real deal. It's something that you really need to think about as to what size a room that you have, as what size speakers that you want for that room. Whether you want to get the 8s near field or the 5s near field, it's going to play a large role on how it translates and sounds in your room. Okay, you don't want the speaker too big to where you're listening at too low of volume levels to where you're not working the speaker at all to actually hear how it sounds when it's at a level that it's pushing the speaker. So keep that in mind, man. You can do all the reading you want to on speakers and stuff. I used to be in the audio world, car speaker world, for a long time too, and had my own little place called Cartoons. Super cool place, but learned a lot there and learned a lot about how you need to work that speaker appropriately as far as the amount of power that needs to be pushed to them and how hard you're driving them and break in time too. So keep that in mind, you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you as always. And we will see you tomorrow night, probably 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Just depends on how fast I can get out of my class. because you guys all know that I've been taking a bunch of classes and whatnot as far as just training and training hard for the summertime. But I will be here between 7:30 and 8, and don't miss out. We're going to have some great stuff. Thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate all of you. You know it, man. You know it. Keep it real, and we will see you tomorrow night.